the scroll that survived a volcano. Herculaneum's buried library contains nearly 1,800 charred scrolls, and until recently, not a single one could be opened without destroying it. Tonight, we walk down to a Roman coast the year before it disappears. The town is Herculaneum, smaller than Pompeii, richer, quieter. The sea laps at a stone sea wall, and the evening smells of salt and wood smoke. Somewhere above the shore stands a villa full of books. Not tablets, not stone. Papyrus, reed paper, rolled and tied, resting on wooden shelves. Nearly 2,000 of these rolls will still exist 18 centuries from now. But not as books, as lumps of black carbon, hard as coal. And here is the strange promise we came to keep. Every one of them still holds its words. The ink is still there, printed on ash. For most of human history, no one could reach it. To open one of these scrolls was to kill it. So the words waited, sealed inside the dark, for a reader who would never need to touch them at all. Keep your steps slow. There is time tonight to notice everything. Walk with me into the streets while there is still light. Herculaneum is a seaside retreat for wealthy Romans. The lanes are narrow, paved, swept clean. Second-floor balconies lean out over the shops. You pass a bakery, its oven still warm. A fountain runs at the corner. Fish sauce, bread, the low murmur of a town settling into evening. This is an ordinary place. That ordinariness is the point. When Vesuvius wakes in the year 79, it will not choose the grand or the humble. It will bury the bakery and the villa alike, and it will do something no fire, no flood, no army ever managed. It will preserve wood, rope, food, furniture, and paper. The very things that always rot, always burn, always vanish. Here, they will be caught mid-breath and held. We are walking through a town that is about to become the best-kept accident in history. A cart rests against a wall, its wheel worn smooth by the same short road, day after day. The light is going amber now, and the town does not know how little of it is left. Now climb toward the edge of town to a house above the bay. This is the Villa of the Papyri, a long, luxurious mansion looking out over the water, with gardens, bronze statues, and a colonnade that runs for hundreds of feet. We believe it belonged to Lucius Calpurnius Piso Caesoninus. He was the father-in-law of Julius Caesar, a man of wealth and of taste. Inside these walls sits something rarer than the bronzes in the garden. A library, the only library to survive intact from the entire ancient world. Every other one, Alexandria, Pergamon, the great collections of Rome, is gone, burned or scattered or simply lost to time. This one alone came through, not because anyone protected it, because a volcano sealed the door. Tonight the lamps are being lit inside. The scrolls sit on their shelves, unaware. The mountain to the north is quiet. It has been quiet for a very long time. Somewhere within, a lamp is being trimmed, and the smell of warm oil drifts through the halls. Step softly into the room where the scrolls are kept. The shelves are wooden, the air warm with oil lamp light. Most of these rolls are written in Greek, and most, it seems, belong to one man's mind, the philosopher Philodemus of Gadara. Philodemus was an Epicurean. He taught that the point of a life is not power or glory, but a calm, unhurried pleasure, friendship, good food, freedom from fear. His writings on poetry, on music, on death, fill roll after roll in this room. Much of what we know of Epicurean thought, we know because these shelves existed. Think about that for a moment. A whole way of seeing the world, nearly erased everywhere else, quietly waiting here. The reader who owned them is long asleep. The lamp burns low. Outside, the sea is dark and even. And to the north, without a sound, the mountain begins to change. We know these names, these arguments, these small consolations, because the ash was kind enough to keep them. Roll after roll, tied and shelved, a single mind's library kept whole by accident. In the autumn of the year 79, Vesuvius tears open. First, a column of ash miles high, drifting mostly toward Pompeii. Herculaneum, closer to the mountain, is spared the falling stone. For a while, then in the dark hours, the column collapses. A surge of superheated gas and ash pours down the slope faster than anyone can run. It reaches the town in minutes. There is no outrunning it. This is the calm, hard truth of the place, and we will not linger on it. Those who could leave, left. Those who stayed were gone in moments, and then the town simply disappeared, buried under some 20 meters of volcanic material that cooled and hardened into rock. Herculaneum did not burn to nothing. It was packed away, sealed under stone, without air, without light. And on their shelves, the scrolls turned black, carbonized, but not consumed. What we call catastrophe, the centuries would quietly turn into a gift. The town would keep its shape and its silence for the next 1,600 years. For 16 centuries, no one knows the town is there. Then in the 1700s, well diggers strike marble. Tunnels are cut down through the rock, and workers crawl by torchlight into rooms no one has entered since Rome ruled the world. They find statues, frescoes, and they find hundreds of small black cylinders, hard and light, stacked on their shelves. At first, no one understands them. Some are thought to be lumps of charcoal, or old fishing nets, or firewood. A few are simply thrown away, or burned for a little light. And here is the turn that should make you sit up in the dark. The greatest library of the ancient world was rediscovered, and for a time mistaken for rubbish. Then someone notices the faint lines on a broken end. Not wood grain, writing. These black lumps are books, full of words. And now the real problem begins. How do you read a book made of solid charcoal without destroying it? Picture the weight of that. A whole civilization's memory, very nearly used for kindling on a cold night. The answer, for a long time, is that you cannot. Not without loss. In the 1750s, a Neapolitan priest, Antonio Piaggio, is brought in to try. He builds a delicate machine, a frame of fine threads and small weights that pull a scroll open a fraction of a hair at a time. It is patient, ingenious work. A single scroll can take months, even years, to unwind. And it works sometimes. Fragments of Philodemus emerge, letter by letter. But the cost is terrible. The charred layers crack and flake and crumble as they part. Earlier attempts had been cruder still, slicing the rolls open or trying to loosen them with liquids and gas. Those methods damaged or destroyed some scrolls outright. Whole texts, survivors of a volcano, lost at last to the hands trying to save them. For 2 centuries, this is the bargain. To read a scroll, you had to risk unmaking it forever. And still, each ruined scroll took a piece of the ancient world down with it, forever beyond recall. Now stand back from the villa for a moment and look down at the ground itself. Because here is a question historians still debate. And it is a large one. Most of the villa of the papyri is still buried. Only a part of it has ever been dug out. Some scholars believe the main library, perhaps a grander collection, perhaps including long-lost Latin works, may still lie underground, unopened, exactly where it was left. We do not know. It is not proven. It may be empty rooms and nothing more. But it is possible that beneath the modern town, under farmland and houses, thousands more scrolls are still waiting in the dark. Lost plays, lost histories, voices we have never heard. Whether they survive, whether they will ever be reached, no one can say. For now, the mountain keeps its second secret as patiently as it kept the first. So the digging pauses, and the question is left open, the way the best questions often are. Under the vines and the quiet lanes, the dark may still be full of words. By the 20th century, the surviving scrolls had a home and a reputation. They lived in libraries and museums, catalogued, protected, and mostly left alone, because the lesson of Piaggio's threads had sunk in. Every attempt to open one risked killing it. So they waited. Rows of black cylinders in careful storage, some whole, some half unrolled, all silent. You could hold nearly 2,000 years of human thought in your two hands and read not a single word of it. The ink was there, the letters were there, pressed into the fibers. But the paper had become the same color as the writing, black on black, carbon on carbon. To the eye and to the finest instruments of the age, they were closed. It seemed for a long time that this was simply where the story stopped. A library that survived everything except the act of being read. And so the scrolls slept on, close enough to touch, and as far away as the year they were made. Then a new idea arrives, and it does not involve opening anything at all. A computer scientist named Brent Seals at the University of Kentucky asks a different question. What if you could read a scroll while it stayed rolled shut? The plan sounds impossible. First, scan the scroll with X-rays, not in a hospital machine, but at a particle accelerator, where electrons race around a ring so fast they could circle the Earth several times in a single second. That gives you a picture of every layer inside, thousands of them, wound tight as tree rings. Then, in software, you unroll it. You take that spiral of scanned material and flatten it into a virtual page, without a single fiber being touched. The scroll never opens. It never cracks. It stays exactly as the volcano left it. And for the first time, the inside becomes something you can look at. There is only one thing left to find: the ink. No blade, no thread, no damage. Only light and patience, and a machine that never needs to unroll a thing. But the carbon ink and the carbon paper look almost the same, even to the accelerator. Reading it would take an eye that could catch a whisper of texture, a shadow of a letter, across thousands of scanned layers. No single lab could do it alone. So in 2023, Seals and two others tried something rarely done in the study of the ancient world. They opened the problem to everyone. The Vesuvius Challenge put real prize money on the table for anyone, student, coder, stranger, who could teach a computer to see the hidden ink. Around the world, people downloaded scans of a scroll that had not been read since before the fall of Rome. And they set their machines searching the dark, hunting for the shape of Greek letters no one had laid eyes on in nearly 2,000 years. It was, in a way, an entire world leaning in to listen to a single burnt scroll. And it worked. A 21-year-old named Luke Farritor became the first person in almost 2 millennia to read a whole word from inside a sealed scroll. The word was Greek, porphyros. It means purple. Soon came full passages, Epicurean philosophy on pleasure and scarcity and what makes a life good, written by a hand that turned to carbon in the year 79. One scroll has now been unrolled from end to end, entirely inside a computer and never once touched. Think of the strange arc of it. For centuries, careful hands destroyed these books trying to open them. Then a machine read one without opening it at all. Here is the line worth keeping. The volcano didn't erase the library, it kept it. It simply waited for a reader patient enough not to touch. A voice that had been silent since before the fall of Rome was speaking again. One soft syllable at a time, and nothing about the scroll had changed. It was still black, still fragile, still whole. Only now, at last, it could be heard. So consider the quiet arithmetic of it all. A lump of charcoal from the year 79, no bigger than a fist, holds words that no living eye had ever seen. Whole thoughts, whole books, folded inside the black. Tonight somewhere, someone rests their head on a soft pillow and keeps no secret half so old. The scroll survived the volcano. It outlasted the fire, the stone, and the very hands that meant to save it. And it kept every word, waiting in the dark, for the day we learn to read without opening. The mountain is quiet again. The ash still holds its books. And somewhere under the same moon, the rest are still waiting. Rest here as long as you like. The story keeps itself.